Clarity's Tips and Tricks section. In this segment, we'll take a tour of the lead form and the different functions from within the form. Understanding the basics here will give you a greater appreciation for how Clarity helps you grow and organize your business. Let's get started. Go to clarity-crm.com. Enter your username and password and click Login. This is the main Clarity page opened up to the Today tab. For the purpose of this segment, let's begin with a blank form by clicking New Lead here. Let's talk about what this is just for a moment. This is one of the central building blocks within Clarity, and working well with this form can produce amazing success for your business. This isn't just information, it's a launch point for your expectations. Let me explain this a little differently. The lead form is basic in one aspect, the input, but it has options that when used correctly can elevate your success through business exposure, follow-up communications, and organization. When you can incorporate the best process you know with all of your leads equally, you will soon see the exponential growth that you want. Okay, let's get started with the upper left-hand corner of this form. This is the lead identifier section. At the top, it will have new lead if it is being manually started. If it is an existing lead, it will have the name of the client listed. The number to the right is a unique ID number for this lead. You can use that number for searches and your own filing process. Below the name, it shows which milestone this lead lives in. Currently, it is in the new lead milestone. Next is the last action taken. This is blank at the moment as this is a new lead. For example, if you attempt a contact, the action taken will be listed here. At the bottom, it will show the source of the lead and who owns the lead. This will come in handy with multiple users and source tracking. At the top right is the action bar. Let's start with the buttons from the left to the right. The source button will allow you to choose a source for the lead. This is where the lead came from. It may have been self-generated or it came from a purchase list. The sources will be loaded in another area and will populate the drop-down list as you add them. It's used for tracking the effectiveness of multiple sources, so make sure and fill this out. The export button is for some businesses that wish to export the lead to interact with their own proprietary programs. Ask support if this is an option you'd like to know more about. The event button will allow you to set up an event in your calendar that will be attached to this lead. The transfer button is a feature that will allow you to transfer this lead to someone else on your team. The Share button allows you to share non-sensitive information from this lead with an associate or a partner in your business as long as they also use Clarity. It's a great way for all parties to stay informed with what's happening to this client during the sales process. It cultivates accountability and better partnerships. This one button adds a depth to your process that could easily be a game changer. We'll get into this concept a little bit more in a different tips section. The Action Taken box is where you will tell the system what current step you have taken with this client. There are many ways to use this information, but it gives you the ability to keep your clients organized and watch how they flow through your business model step by step. In this example, we have a new lead. The next action to take after attempting a contact would be contacted or attempting to contact. After the selection has been made, click the Perform Action button. The lead form has the typical input fields. Let me point out a few other areas before we go to the tabs. New events will be posted here. New comments will be posted here. And your comments will be entered here and populate above. Now, the Marketing tab inside the lead form is another one of those things that I want you to pay close attention to. Let me ask you this. Do you have time to maintain contact with all your clients without fail 100% of the time? As much as we would all like to think we are good at that, follow-up and or staying in contact is often prioritized by how busy we are and who our most active clients are. The Marketing tab here will give you the ability to remain in contact with all of your clients, no matter how busy you are or how important of a client they are. This will make you and your team successful. Here's how it works. By selecting these drip campaigns, Clarity will send an email from you with your signature line at the bottom for all of those holidays listed under the Marketing tab. Also, if you know they are interested in one of those hobbies listed to the left, choose one or two of those, and once a month they will get a newsletter with topics from you. You can see samples of those newsletters in the main menu under the Home tab. We all strive for ways to be better than our competition. This will give you a superior position with all your clients, and all you have to do is check a box. This is the Affiliated Contacts section. This option allows you to enter an affiliate's name that you may be coordinating with for this client. If you don't have them as a contact in Clarity already, you can manually add them by clicking on the little address book on the lower right of this section. This allows your affiliate to get CC'd on any communication your client receives from you through Clarity while you get things done. It's a great way to communicate and keep people connected during your process. The Send Email button allows you to write to this client directly from the lead. By doing it from here, the History tab will record that you sent communication on this date and time for this lead, as well as send a copy to any affiliated contacts you have associated with this lead. Next to the Marketing tab, there are two other tabs that we can just briefly touch on before we get to the History tab. The Loan tab and the Property tab are going to be more industry specific, but if you have a need for this kind of information with your client, you can enter that information here. For example, a mortgage industry user or an affiliated industry may have a need for these sections. The information can also be exported during the export process. Let's go to the History tab. This tab will show any actions taken with this lead. A few examples like when it was entered, when a holiday email went out, when a change in status happened, and when another user makes an entry as well. It's just a great way to track down what's been happening with this client. Once you have filled in everything that is needed and checked off the elements you want in the Marketing tab, just hit the Close button. As a side note, field input is automatically saved in Clarity the moment you tab out of that field. Well, that's it for this segment. Make sure and check out more tips and tricks, and thank you for building your network with Clarity.